Hey VC, what's up? Wes here. This is definitely going to be a long one, so grab your coffee, your beer, whatever it is, whatever your beverage of choice is. Went to a record show yesterday in Orlando, and it was good. It was really good. It was a really fun day. Orlando is also the closest IKEA to me, so went to IKEA as well. Just had a fun day. Spent a lot of money, but you know, every once in a while you gotta spoil yourself. So it was a good day. So we're gonna get into it. First off, I want to show you. I actually just got a new phone, so I actually have a decent camera that I have with me all the time. So actually be able to take some more in the wild sort of footage that'll work well. Hopefully it came out well, and I'll be able to tack it on here. So we'll go ahead and show you that now, and we'll come back and show you what I got.
She can't find a man to the right.
Okay, so I came back with a cloth shopping bag full of records, and I didn't know exactly what my plan should be. I've never been to like a big record show before. I went to a smaller record show here in Gainesville earlier this year that was on Record Store Day. And it was only, there was maybe 8 or 9 vendors there, pretty small. But I'd never been to a big record show like this before. And what I ended up doing was just sticking to basically $2 or less records. $2 bins, 3 for $5 bins, $1 bins, and 50-cent bins. So everything here was $2 or less. No grails. I didn't, you know, like I said, I didn't go through and search for, I didn't go through the more expensive stuff and search for the really rare, super rare stuff. I'm just not that into the super rare stuff, you know. I guess I don't have the patience to look for it. And there's so much of the common stuff that I still haven't heard, and I really want to hear, and I want to be able to explore. So that's what I did. So let's just go ahead and get into this. I'll try to get through it as quick as possible, even though it is a huge bag of records. So, and I stayed well under my budget doing that also, so that was good. So anyway, first here we go. We got sticks, pieces of 8. Very common, but actually I hadn't yet found a clean copy of this. This is something you see at thrift stores and stuff, and I don't know, I've seen it with the part of the cover cut out, and it's tattered and torn, and never seen a decent copy of this at thrift stores, so I went ahead and picked it up. I have to change how this is set up here. Let's try that. Okay. Copy of Bob Dylan's Desire, some later stuff. This is probably 80s, 75. Okay, so interesting stuff. I want to eventually hear the whole Dylan catalog, and when I can pick them up for cheap, I'll go ahead and pick them up and see what I think of more of his stuff. So that was a cool pickup. Next up we got Rare Earth Ecology. I think I've seen some people on the VC talk about this. Maybe Glass Orchid Aftermath, Mark maybe has been talking about this. But just a cool looking album that I want to give a try. This is one I was glad to find, something I've seen on the VC maybe once before, and I thought, man, I'd love to have that. This is Simple Minds Live in the City of Light. You know, Dr. Deadwax sent me a Simple Minds album earlier this year, and it was good, and I want to hear some more of their stuff, so this will be like, you know, a nice live concert of hits and stuff. It has a cool booklet inside of it. Thought that was really neat. So this way I get to hear sort of more of their catalog, and I do like live albums. Alright. Next up we got Ring of Fire, the best of Johnny Cash. And I think this might have been right after he signed to Columbia, and they went back and I think they went back and re-recorded all these songs so Columbia could release them. I think that's the story. But don't see much Johnny Cash, and for, you know, $1 or $2, definitely pick that up. Cool find. Next up we got The Doors, The Soft Parade. Add another one to the Doors collection. I got Bob Dylan's Slow Train Comin', the so-called Christian album, I guess. I've seen people say they like this, and seen people say they don't like this, so I'm interested to give it a spin and see what it's all about. Here's a cool one, another one. This is Duran Duran's Arena. It's from 1984 live album. Is There Something I Should Know, Hungry Like the Wolf, Save a Prayer, New Religion, The Wild Boys, Seventh Stranger, The Chauffeur, Union of the Snake, Planet Earth, Careless Memories. Very cool pickup there. Feels like there's a poster in here also. I guess it's a booklet, not a poster. So that is a cool Duran Duran pickup. I found a lot of 80s stuff there, which was really awesome. I love the 80s, and I want to get more of it. Next up, we got another copy of Elton John's Captain Fantastic. The only reason I bought this is because it has the poster, which all my other copies are missing. And let's see here. Yeah, actually there was two. I only have one of these booklets. One's lyrics and one's songs. I guess there's the songs ones has like a, I think this is the one I'm missing. I have the lyric one, but the songs one has like a cartoon in it and different photos and stuff, so that was cool. And then you also get the poster of the album art, which is what I wanted. So that, very happy to have this. I might actually be framing that and hanging it up. Just love that artwork. And I actually just ordered a book about the artist that did this artwork, so that'll be coming in the mail soon. Next up, get a copy of Chicago Transit Authority, first Chicago album. This is one that you see a lot at thrift stores. It's always really beat, ring worn and stuff, and this one is pretty clean, so I definitely wanted to have this in my collection. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a later pressing. Should be good. Alright, what do we got next here? We got A Flock of Seagulls, Listen. Haven't seen this one before, but it's A Flock of Seagulls, so definitely want to hear it. Cool. Yes. Sucking in the 70s, Rolling Stones. Cool find there. We got John McLaughlin, Devotion. I don't know if, I guess it goes like this. It's hard to tell. It's Buddy Miles on percussion, Billy Rich on bass, you know, the typical stuff. But it's on Douglas Records, which I don't think I've ever heard of Douglas Records before. It's kind of a trippy, sort of funhouse mirror effect there going on. Cool find. Yes. Isaac Hayes, Joy. Most people know that. It's one I don't have. And this is one I couldn't decide whether to buy it or not. But I ended up buying it at the end. I think it's pretty cool. It's Ramsey Lewis, Back to the Roots. Cool little die cut cover there. So we got that pickup. Mahavishnu Orchestra, Between Nothingness and Eternity. I think I've seen some people say this was good, so I grabbed it. Interesting. I just don't have much Mahavishnu Orchestra stuff. So grab that. Genesis 3 Sides Live. I was hoping to find a copy of Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That's one I've been looking for. I know a lot of people love it, particularly Derek. But this is one I didn't have, so 3 Sides Live is finally in the collection. Yes, a very clean copy of Moody Blues in Search of the Lost Chord. This is another one that's, you know, thrift stores, very common, but it's always well worn. So to have a nice clean copy of this is really nice. So glad to have found that. Another one I already have but it's pretty well worn is McCartney. Paul McCartney. This is definitely a much nicer copy than what I have. Should be looking to see what of these have inserts or not. Yes. Okay, so this is my first Kate Bush on vinyl. Everybody keeps talking about Kate Bush, and I really don't know her stuff that well. Last year when 50 Words for Snow came out, I sort of previewed it on iTunes, and the previews didn't really do anything for me, but that's kind of the worst listening experience possible. You know, digitally streaming clips. So I want to actually give her a shot and give it a shot on vinyl. And this was a 50-cent pickup. It's got a Water Damage, but this is The Sensual World from Kate Bush, 1989. I know I think people mostly suggest the Kick Inside is the best place to start, but at 50 cents I'll pick up what I can get. Next, this is probably questionable whether I should have picked this up or not. It's Led Zeppelin 2. I don't think I have Led Zeppelin 2. pretty rough shape. The vinyl looks pretty good, but the cover is definitely in rough shape. Everybody knows that one. I'll have to give it a try. Okay, Steely Dan's Katie Lied. Yeah, there's a lyric sheet, it looks like. I'll have to pull that out. That's cool. Ah, yeah, and Best of Dolly Parton. It says on the front cover, poster included, but there's no poster included. But I think I'm in the 50 cent section of stuff where I bought a bunch of 50 cent records. I think this is one of them. So for 50 cents, I'll get a Dolly Parton Greatest Hits. I want to collect more of her stuff. Next up, we got the Best of Herman's Hermits. Fine there. And Vanilla Fudge, the beat goes on. Cool there. And what do we got here? Blue Oyster Cult, Extraterrestrial Live. And it starts off, the first song is Cities on Flame, which is a recent Blue Oyster Cult discovery for me that I really love, off the first album. Just some cool artwork on this. And it'd be cool to hear a live album from them. Pretty cool inner artwork as well. 2-album set. Live concert, awesome. And next up we got Arlo Guthrie, Running Down the Road. Coming into LA is on here. That cool picture. ZZ Top Fandango. I guess this is a live recording. From New Orleans. Nolans. CSNY, American Dream. Nice clean copy, still in shrink. 1988. So that was a nice find. Copy of Rolling Stones Undercover that actually has the stickers on it. So the one I have is a later pressing that doesn't have the stickers, so that'll be a nicer one. We got another Blue Oyster Cult, On Your Feet, On Your Knees. This is I guess a radio station promo here, because it's got this sticker on the front. Cool stuff. Copy of Genesis, Duke. Don't think I have Duke. I got Selling England by the Pound, but I didn't have Duke. So, getting close to having all the Genesis. Paul McCartney, Tug of War. I think this is the one that somebody was saying was sort of an electronic, sort of experimental album, and I definitely wanted to hear that. But I really want to hear anything by Paul McCartney at least once, just to see. Produced by George Martin, it says, from 1982. So, looks interesting. definitely looking forward to giving that a try. Recently found Johnny Cash Golden Hits Volume 3. Well, here's Johnny Cash Golden Hits Volume 2. Let's see here. Give My Love to Rose. That's the only one that I really recognize on here, so it'll be interesting. Sun Records. Steppenwolf 7. Cool one there. Yes, another Folk Legacy, the only one I saw there yesterday. You got Gordon Bach, A Rogues Gallery for 12-string. FSI 94. Cool, I don't know if this has the booklet or not. Nope, it's not there. Got Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic. I bought this. This was one of the first purchases I made, and then later I realized that this was originally a gatefold, I guess, and so I saw gatefold copies of this later, and I was kind of upset that I had already bought it, but it says Ricky Don't Lose That Number on it. That's the only one I noticed just by name. But at least I'll be able to hear it, and it's a nice clean copy. Here's a funny one. Weird Al Yankovic's Even Worse. It's a parody of Michael Jackson's Bad. It's got Fat, I Think I'm a Clone Now. Good stuff. I'd love to have more Weird Al on vinyl, so this is a cool find. Yes, next up on Tacoma Records, Leo Kottke. This is 6 and 12-string guitar. Very cool looking album. I do like Leo Kottke, so this will be a fun listen. Okay, next up we got a Gordon Lightfoot, If You Could Read My Mind. This is a German pressing. It's got the glossy cover. Kind of cool. Never seen a foreign pressing of Gordon Lightfoot record. But it's on reprise still. It's German. So that was a neat find. Next up is another one this is one I've actually been looking for. It's the Easy Rider soundtrack. Cool stuff. It's got Jimi Hendrix, The Byrds, Steppenwolf, Roger McGuinn, Electric Prunes. Good stuff. So glad to have finally found this. I've seen it a few times before, but it's just been really beat. So just finding it nice to find a nice copy of that. Okay, we got David Bowie with Tonight. Some more of his 80s, 84 this is from. I do like 80s David Bowie, so this will be fun to have. Another one I've been hunting for. And we got Duran Duran, Big Thing. Another one I've been looking for. If the English Beat, What Is the Beat? Mirror in the Bathroom. Which I always heard as Killer in the Back Room. Which I thought that was what they were saying. But now I know better. But this is sort of a classic 80s ska sort of thing. And yeah, just recently listened to this one. Their last album. Special Beat Service, so it'd be cool to hear this one. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot this camera stops recording at 4 gigabytes, which is about 24 minutes, so just have a few more to get through here, so let's go ahead and do it. Next thing we got here is Soft Cells, The Art of Falling Apart. like I said, as you've seen, I found a lot of cool 80s sort of new wave type stuff, and I'm really glad to have found this stuff. Just things I don't normally see around here, and it was cool to find these. Next thing we have here is Sting's Nothing Like the Sun, 2-album set, solo album. Englishman in New York, Fragile, We'll Be Together. Cool one. It's pretty common. I see it a lot in the VC, and I've been looking for it. So glad to have found a copy of this for a couple bucks. And there's a lyric sheet here. That. And last but not least, we got the Best of the Thompson Twins Greatest Mixes. So this is sort of like a remix of their greatest hits. I recently found the CD version of this at Goodwill, but it's really cool to find it on vinyl. Glad to add this to my Thompson Twins collection. So yeah, that was my haul from the Orlando Record Show. It was really fun, really good time. Yeah, it was really cool. Gonna have to lay off buying for a while. There's a library sale that's coming up in about a month from now, so maybe I just will try to not buy anything between now and then. Need to work on I designed some new shelves for my collection that's going to fit this space better and be able to hold more. So that'll be really cool. So I need to focus on that for now, not be buying vinyl. I got plenty to listen to. So thanks for watching. If you stuck around with me this long, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments below about anything you saw, any questions you have, or just say hi. So yeah, remember, crate digging is not a crime. Get out there and do some. See you again real soon. Cheers.